Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Trickett. And yes, guys, this is another amazing edition of Wake Up with Trickett. And today's message is going to be good because here on Wake Up with Trickett, you're going to get something mystical, you're going to get something spiritual, and you're going to get something magical. Absolutely. So, if it's your first time running across my page, stop. Hang out with me, and we're all going to learn and grow together. Here on Wake Up with Trickett, we think outside the box here because there is so much knowledge out there, and there's no way we know it all. And there's always room to continue to grow. And as we grow, we become better individuals, and that makes for a better experience, right? For people that come in contact with us. So stay tuned, hang out, chill out, and let's grow together. And if you are one of my new subscribers, peace, love, and gratitude to everyone. And peace, love, and gratitude also to you, my new subscriber. Love to have you. I hope all of you stay for a long time and not a short time, right? Because this isn't a temporary thing. This is a way of life. This is a channel of transformation where you came one way and you start to elevate in ways that you weren't even expecting. But you received it in love and in light and with clarity and honesty, and you put that back out there, and you already know it's like the boomerang effect. What you put out comes back. So what are you putting out? We're going to put out that good stuff, right? Absolutely. And if you are my A1s from day ones, you know I love loyalty. So glad to have you. You've been with me for a minute. Over 300 plus videos. And we just keep it pushing, right? It is what it is. We've been through it all. I mean, sicknesses, weight loss. I mean, positive affirmations. We've just, it's been a lot. Now we're tarot card readings and operating the pendulum like no one in the world does. Doing things with the pendulum that no one on the planet does. And you're seeing it first right here, because if you go outside me, you won't see it nowhere else. And if you look at the date, if anybody that copied me or attempted to, you're going to see that it came after me. And I have so much more to display that I haven't displayed yet. That's how you know it's not out there until I put it out there. And that's not even being cocky. That's just being confident, and it is what it is. I'm not going to ever downplay myself just to make somebody happy. That's some low vibrational stuff. Raise your energy, raise your vibration, and you won't feel some type of way, and you won't be so easily triggered when you hear people speak and use certain words. Come on now. So, welcome everyone. Peace and blessings to everyone out there. I only want the best for everyone because, like I said, a better you is a better experience for anyone that comes in contact with you. And I might just meet you in person and come in contact with you, and I want the best experience. Why wouldn't I? And hopefully I give you the best experience of me. And so that interaction is beautiful versus water and oil, and it just doesn't mix, you know? So, today I want to talk to you guys about being on this journey. You know, when you start to awaken, when you start to think outside the box, and you're no longer, I was raised like this, so I'm just sticking to one way. No. But you start to think outside of that because you understand that's the matrix. And it leaves you in a box. Bing, 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 bing. That's all you can go. Instead of outside the box where you can explore and it's limitless potential versus being limited because this is me being brought up. This is what I was taught. These are my traditions. And you're captive. And you're telling yourself that you're not. No, this is just how I was brought up. And you limit yourself. I mean, unless somebody is telling you to do wrong, unless somebody is telling you to harm other people, unless somebody is telling you to do things that would get you in trouble, and then not wanting to explore, it's just fear. False evidence appearing real because it's really never what you think it is. You know, the fear is built up inside of you because, well, that sounds different. I never heard of it like that. Well, there's a whole lot of things on this planet you never heard of. So let's get the ego out the way. Let's get the pride out the way. Let's sit that to the side, okay? Because you got to come here with an open mind and not what grandpa, granddad, mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, whomever, right, has taught you, and you're just holding on to that. No one's taking that away from you. You're just coming here to expand, to see what else that is of love and light and is not causing you to have bad karma come on you because you're out there doing some ratchet, low vibrational stuff, right? So that's all that's about. So once you reach that point in your life where you're like, okay, I want to start looking. I want to start exploring those things of good so I can be a better individual, vibe at a higher vibration. The higher my vibration, the better experience I will have, the better choices I will make. And what you put out, you get back. So if you're vibing really high, you're going to be putting out some really good positive stuff, which is only good because you're going to be getting all that good stuff coming back in, which that's a win-win, right? It's a win for the people that you're putting that out to that's benefiting. And it's another win coming back. And it's a win in the eyes of God. That's why it's a win-win-win. A win for the person that hears it, a win for you, and in God's eyes, you're not doing anything foul. So it's another win. God is pleased with you. So yeah, why not? So once you start to explore and you start to look at things outside the box, so to speak, right? Things are going to happen that are going to make you feel uncomfortable. But that's just going to be shedding the layers off of you like a snake. You're just going to be shedding those layers that you do not need, those layers that keep you stagnant, those layers that doesn't allow you to move forward. You're just going to be shedding those layers that have you weighed down. And as you shed them, you'll become lighter. But everything comes with a price. So that's why you have to be thick-skinned in your faith. It's really got to be tested. And so what I mean by that is, as you start to think outside the box, right? Your third eye, as we call it, starts to open up, right? Because you're no longer just thinking in your traditional type of way. Excuse me. If if you have a platform, you're on IG, you're on YouTube, if you don't have a platform, but you're just out there trying to share the good news, right? Because you're not doing nothing wrong. You're going to find yourself isolated from the ones that you probably thought would have never isolated you, from the ones that you never would have thought would have turned their backs on you, from the ones that you never would have thought would have not supported you. But that's exactly what's going to happen. It's part of the walk. That's why it's a straight and narrow path with very few people on it, because it's not popular, mostly in the beginning. It's like boot camp, because everybody up until that point that you were dealing with was all stuck in your box, all stuck in the matrix. You pretty much all thought the same, did the same stuff. And you're going to find out that's the only reason why they hung with you or spoke to you or even dealt with you, because you were kind of like them. And so they felt comfortable. But as your third eye starts to open, you start to gain wisdom. Because people in church, and no harm, no foul, no shade thrown at the churchgoers, but you guys be there 15, 20, 30, 40 years. My mama went here, my daddy went here, my granddaddy went here, and nobody has no spiritual gifts. Help me out. How does that work? How do you stay somewhere 10 years? I've been going here 10 years, 8 years, 5 years, and you're pretty much still the same. Same issues, same habits, same anger issues, still short-tempered. You might have changed one or two things, but there's nothing drastic. You have no spiritual gifts, no God-like abilities. You just pray and throw it all on Jesus. And you're like, well, that's what it says right here. And that's what, in the box. But you're dealing with other people that do the same thing. Texting while there's communion, taking selfies, asking what the preacher talked about. And they're like, well, the story was about, they actually have to think about it because they weren't even paying attention. It's just protocol. I show up, sing a couple of songs, drop a couple of dollars. Hey brother, hey sister. And I'll see you next week, or I'll see you on Wednesday and Sundays. And that's it. There's no real relationship. And there's no gifts outside of the preacher standing at the pulpit. He's about the only one that is carrying, I guess, if you want to call it, a gift. And his gift isn't even gifts. It's not even God-like abilities. It's just, I'm reciting what's in the book. And I might be saying it with passion, but I'm just reciting what's in the book. That's why after a few years, you've heard every story. You're like, yeah, what it's going to be about this week? Yeah, I've heard that 100 different times. Yeah, but it's something different each time you hear it. Yeah, they have to say something to you to keep you interested, because they're like, I can only go as far as my knowledge. And so when you start thinking outside the box, all those people that you went to church with, 9 times out of 10 are going to walk away from you. Because it wasn't a godly love. It was a familiar love. As long as I feel familiar, like you do the same thing I do, and it just seems like we resonate, and then it's fine. I'll support you. You'll find out your friends and family won't even support you the minute you start to think outside the box. And keep in mind, you're not doing nothing wrong. You're not committing no crimes. You're not doing no witchcraft. You're not calling on no evil spirits. You're not doing any of this. And how many church people do we know be cussing people out left and right? Come on, be honest with yourself. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Huh? Yeah? How many people do we know they got a foul mouth? But I love the Lord. I'm not even judging them for that. I'm okay with that. Fine, whatever. We could get past that. We could work past that. But how many people do we know? Okay, then. So as long as you have the same defaults they have, and then once again, that's a familiarity that they feel comfortable with, so they'll support you. But the minute you start thinking outside of that, your family won't support you. Your friends won't support you. These people won't even ask you about what you do. They will not support if you have a platform, YouTube, IG, Twitter. They won't even support what you do. Keep in mind, you're not doing nothing wrong. That's how you know they are the ones that are defected. They're the ones living like a coven. They are the ones that have a cult mindset. You either do it the way we do it or we don't support you. Man, that is like, what's the difference between you and the people doing witchcraft? What's the difference between you and the dark coven? Don't they all have the same concept? Do it like we do it, or what, you shun me? Bye. You have no gifts, no power. All you have is groupies that think exactly like you. So you're not looking for people to be themselves. You're looking for robots. You're looking for people to conform to what you want, to how you feel things should go. Miss me with that garbage. That's why they'll look at you like a rebel. I don't know if you heard that horn, but that's confirmation. That's why they'll look at you like a rebel. Now, they'll talk about what you do behind your back, which isn't that called gossiping? Doesn't God talk about that as being wrong? That's what I'm saying. They'll pick and choose out that same book what's right and what's wrong, because you'll hear them gossiping. You're like, you're talking about somebody that's not here, right? And you're not saying positive things. Isn't that wrong? Then they'll look at you like, how dare you come against us? This is what we do behind people's back. You're supposed to be supportive. If you're not, just stay quiet and just accept it. Crazy. I'm not joining your cult. That's evil. How do you show me a Bible verse that you could justify that? You can't. So when you start to think outside the box, these people are going to walk away from you. Your family is not going to support you. They will support TV shows of actors and actresses that has never made them a sandwich, never showed up for them one time, but they will faithfully be there watching them. They will faithfully be telling you who got pregnant, how many babies they have, what their last record sold. They'll know all this information on someone that has never done nothing for them. Here you are in front of them in the flesh, in this 3D planet, on this 3D planet, and they won't acknowledge you, but they'll talk behind your back. Can you believe what they're doing? Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand what I know you don't understand, but you're not trying to understand because you're not asking the person either. And God sees everything. I love it because these people all play themselves. They show who they really, really are. Like they take their mask off without even knowing they took their mask off. If you represent love, if you represent the truth, if you say you are a God-fearing this or that, in the Bible, God doesn't say you need to be this religion or that religion. God says God is love. So anyone that is representing love, either by giving, charitable words, helping people out, being a listening ear, lending a hand, giving a few dollars, however that may be, but they're giving it in love and they're doing it in love. God says that his spirit is not separated. Like his people, his word doesn't separate his own, but when they hear it, they take heed to it. And so if you are love and light, that means when you see someone else doing positive work, whether you understand it or not, but you know they're not killing no one, you know they're not hurting no one, you know they're not robbing from no one, and then it's your obligation to support them. But you're going to find out that they don't, because you're going to see who they are without the mask. You're going to find out that birds of a feather flock together. This is who I am. I go to this congregation, or I'm a part of this religion, and we do things like this, and we do things like that. You're like, but I'm not doing nothing wrong. I know, but you're not doing what we do the way we do it. And then you are a cult. I don't care how you want to hide it. You're a cult. You're a coven. and I want no part of it. Plus, I have spiritual gifts and powers. So who are you calling on to deal with me? Because I can demonstrate something really easy, and within 24 hours, you will be experiencing what I spoke. But I guarantee you can call on whoever you say you believe in, and I will not even be touched, because I'm not doing wrong. You're not doing wrong. When you start to think outside the box, and just because you decide to do things different than the traditional way, but you're not harming anyone, that should be received. That should be received. That should be supported. And it's not from these religious people that say they've been going to church 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You're like, oh, so you've just been sitting there. I got you. I got you. Because how do you have that thinking for 2, 3 decades? And you just think that one way? That's scary. That's stagnancy. You've just been stuck. Yeah, I take depression pills. How long you been taking it? 10 years. How long you been in church? 20 years. Oh, okay, you just told on yourself. You ain't learning nothing. You don't even have healing gifts. And the God you say you believe in hasn't even healed you. And you've given in to popping depression pills. You know what depression is? You can't stop thinking negative. You can't stop. You have no control of your mind and thoughts. So you pop antidepressant pills. It's crazy. So this walk, until you meet your soul tribe, and soul tribe is another group of people that'll be like you, that have went through all of the hardships, and people walking away and not supporting them, and all the people that they thought would have been happy for them. Even your close friends won't even be asking you. Excuse me. They won't even be asking you. Hey, tell me about what you do, or everybody acts like they're scared. Everybody acts really weird. But what it really is that you're not thinking traditional like me. Even if I'm lost, even if I'm weak, even if I have absolutely no gifts, even if I'm, not that strong, even if I don't know a whole lot of scripture, I still play the traditional game. I'd rather be accepted by those that are lost, weak, and stagnant than to step outside and truly trust God and say, whether you walk away from me, I'm still going to keep my faith in God and God will protect me. If you don't support me, I'm still going to continue to do what I do, make my videos, do my teachings, whatever you may be doing, and God will protect me. That's true faith. They don't have that these days. That doesn't even exist in these institutions. They do not have it these days. You don't have nobody to hold hands with and say, oh, pray with me. Let's all pray together. That's fine. But if you're asking for prayer every week and then you're weak, really? Can you imagine going to school and your kid never getting out the first grade because every day I need help, and they never move on to the second, third, fourth grade. They just stay stuck. How long you been in first grade? Oh, 15, 20 years. That's like church people, 15, 20 years. And what have you got out of that? Because you're still short-tempered, you're still weak, you still hardly know any Bible scriptures or verses. So it lets me know you're not studying to show your self-approval. And I'm not even getting religious because I'm far from religious. I don't tie myself down to stuff that is going to just keep me behind. And you'll find out that they don't really know that much and they've been going forever. But these same people will walk away from you because they're walking away because they're too weak to stand with you, although you're not doing any wrong, because they are concerned about the public perception, how people look at you. I could care less how broken people look at me. I could care less. Take a good look. Here, get this side. Okay, now get this side. Now get this one. Okay, we're good. I will pose for you. You're no threat. You have no power. You are a follower, not a leader. But the scripture says that my children will be the head, not the tail. And you will find out that so many of these people are not the head. They don't even have that boldness. They don't even have that courage. They're still stuck on, well, you don't do it like I do. So, what you're doing is different. And, I would support you because, I've been friends with you for like a really long time, but then I'm worried about what people will say. Does that sound like the head? Or does that sound like the tail? Like you're so far behind. And how long have you been going? Bye. I'm just speaking truth and clarity. I'm not giving you rhetoric. So when you want to get on this path, these are the things that are going to happen. Your family, I'm talking mama, daddy, sister, brother, all of them, will not support you. And if they do watch your video, they'll watch it behind your back and they'll discuss it behind your back because they are behind your back type of people. They have no power. They don't walk in strength. They don't walk in love and light, but they walk in a cowardly energy. That's why they act like that. That's why they're worried about what that person will think and what that person will think. And the people that they're worried about, it's broken. So they went to mentally challenge people that are not even right themselves, but may look normal on the outside, might even have a good suit on, a nice dress on. But that's about it. It's all eye candy. Because when you look in the inside, they're distorted, they're broken, they're weak. They don't have what it takes to tough it out. They don't show God that I can stand by myself. I don't have no one holding hands praying with me. So that means I got to do this all by myself, just me and you. That's why you become so much stronger. That's why you get gifts, spiritual gifts, and they never get gifts. They will live and die and never had not one gift. Because they always needed help. They always needed someone to help them. I get it to a certain extent, but after a while, you expect people to mature and to grow up. Why do I need to sit under you for 15, 20 years? How much more do I need to learn from you? I should be now starting something of my own. I should be now out there on my own, being an extension of that truth, love, and light, and passing it on to someone else. Why do I need somebody to be under me 40 years? Why do I need your family for the last 6 generations all came here and not one had any spiritual gifts, no blessings poured out on them, no power. They were just always grouped together to feel safe, like under an umbrella. But the true soldiers don't have the umbrella. God is watching them. These are the ones that are called. And few are chosen. That's why they're called the chosen ones. The people in these congregations are not the chosen ones. They're worried about what people think. Instead of worrying about what God thinks, they're worried about what the neighbor thinks that's broken, that has a broken relationship, that doesn't even have a healthy family home. But these are the people they're worried about. Birds of a feather, you got that right, flock together. Sick people roll with sick people. Broken people gravitate to broken people. Frightened people that are worried about what this person thinks and what this person thinks gravitate to other people just like them. And warriors, soldiers, like myself, like my collective. We walk this walk alone until we find our soul tribe, until God looks down and has that compassion, says, man, you have proven to me that no matter if people walk with you or not, you're going to keep pushing. No matter when I didn't allow your family to support you, you kept it pushing. No matter when the church people didn't even support you, you kept it pushing. No matter when your friends didn't even come and say, hey, man, I'm going to support you. I'm going to, at least talk to you, ask you questions about what you do. Not even when they failed you did you stop. You kept it pushing. So now I'm going to switch out these people and I'm going to bring you a soul tribe. A group of people that are like you, that have done that work like you, that has proven to me that whether people stick with them or not, they are not going to quit on me. And I will bring these people to you. And these will be your friends. These will be your family members. These will become your new relatives. Because you guys have one thing in common. And that one thing in common is you don't look for outside people to agree, but you only look for God to agree. And you understand that God is love. So anybody that is doing acts of love, you will support because you are an extension of the true living God, not the false one. That, you may not be doing that wrong, but then again, I really don't understand what you're doing and I really don't want to ask about it because, so you're a weirdo. Get out of here. Go back in your pile of weirdos. That's not God. That same type of person, you can't even talk to them for 20 minutes about the Bible because they hardly know anything about the Bible. They hardly know any Bible verses. You can tell that all they've been doing is just hanging out. Those are the people that are texting, having conversations while they're supposed to be learning. Yeah, yes, what's going on? Yeah. The game starts in a little while. Yeah. Those are those people. They're not real. Not yet. And hopefully, down the line, they will get real. But so many people live and die without any spiritual gifts. And doesn't the Bible say, doesn't God say, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world? So you're filled with angelic power. You are filled with all types of powerful gifts, but you never activate them because you're under that umbrella of fear, and I need to, I'm worried about public perception and all of that garbage that keeps you stuck, stagnant, and weak. Stuck, stagnant, and weak. That's why you're in church and you're like, let me take my antidepressant pills. Isn't that from just negative thinking? Yeah, I love the Lord. I've been going here 10 years and I'm still popping antidepressant because I have no control of my thoughts. I'm depressed. That's a form of satanic energy. Depression. Doesn't God talk about that in the Bible? Negative thoughts. How they're like a cankerworm just eating you away. But, what do I know? So I'm just saying, guys, for those that want to do this walk, you're going to experience all of this. Don't expect your friends to be like, oh, bro, tell me about what you're doing. Show me about what you're doing. They're like, look, bro, I'm not even that real in my religious walk. So why am I going to ask on something as deep as what you're doing? Your family members, if they're not jealous and trying to copy you behind your back, they're going to side with the people that are like them. And God is allowing this to happen because you have to prove that you will stand with the Most High God, who I call the creator of all. You have to prove to the creator that regardless, if you strip my friends, my family, the ones that I thought would always support me when no one would support me, if you take them all away today, I'll still ride for you. I'll still continue to keep walking this walk. I'll still continue to keep pushing out this love and light. And when he sees that, he says, that's a keeper. That's a real one. That is a chosen one. And then you get the stamp, chosen one, placed upon you because you have proven yourself. That's the one that had nobody holding hands to pray with. That's the one that didn't have nobody calling and checking on to be like, hey, man, let me help you here and let's pray or let's talk about it. They don't even want to hear about it. And you kept going. You kept having that tenacity to just keep going. That's why you're the chosen one. And that's why you will be highly blessed and highly favored. You hear so many people talk that rhetoric. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. No, you ain't. Just 10 minutes ago, you were saying how bad life was for you. You were complaining. We're not even going to talk about if you had any choice words. I don't care. I'm just saying because there's a lot of hypocrisy in this. See, to me, it doesn't make a difference. It's what type of heart do you have? What type of love do you have? And you're going to find out they don't. They're always worried about what somebody thinks. Sounds like some devilish energy to me, because that sounds like fear. That sounds like bondage. So I'm just saying, if you guys are ready to walk this walk, you are on the right channel, because I'm a soldier with godlike abilities, because I put in the work by myself. Everyone walked away. No one supported me. And I have over 300 plus channels. And I've watched people support TV shows, actors and actresses that never even made a sandwich for them. That's going to be the way it is for all of us who decide to think outside the box. Why do you think they want to control the message at church? Excuse me. Because they want you to teach what they want you to teach, more programming. Nah, we ain't gonna talk about that. This is the lesson here. I even got it printed out. This is the lesson you're like, what? Bye. The circus is that way. You looking for a robot? Stop it. They're trying to program you. And you might have some really good valid points, but they still want to program you. They want you to confine to what they want. This is becoming business. It's not about love and light. It's not about clarity and the truth. It is a business. And I want to feel like I'm the CEO of a business. And you are my employee. And I'll just call you brother or elder, or put a title on you. But basically, you're my employee. You do what I tell you to do, or I will kick you out so fast that you will start to question, were you at a church or were you at a job? I ain't falling for that junk. Please. That's why they don't grow. That's why they don't have success stories. How many people in your church are healing people? See, they don't even ask questions like that. They don't even want you to ask questions like that because they don't have nobody. They're like, we don't have gifts. We just show up. How many people healing people? How many people are started off taking this and taking that, and now they're not taking nothing, or they're down to one bottle of taking something? How many people that were on depression and now you pulled them off of depression? They don't have those type of success stories. They don't even ask those type of questions because they know that they're weak, watered down, no power, no tenacity. How many people in your congregation can hold a conversation for 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, discussing the scriptures? Or do they tap out and run the opposite way the minute you start mentioning it because they're like, man, I don't know it like that. And you've been going there a decade. Games. Just games. And I don't play games. They're a waste of my time. And my collective doesn't play games because we're on this path to win. And we're going to win together so we can help others out there that are willing to put in the work, willing to be shunned, willing to walk alone for a little while, willing to do it on their own for a little while until God brings you people like me and like you into these people's lives. And they're finally like, whew, I was so thirsty to try to find somebody that cared, to find somebody that really loves me. And God finally took me out of this desert and gave me water. And now I can drink from this well and that well and this well. And it's all speaking in one accord because God's word is not divided. Doesn't care about what this person thinks, what that person thinks. It's not just going through the motions. I just show up, but I really don't know much. Still got all the same habits I had. So, on Wake Up with Tricky, guys, if you come by here, you are going to grow to become a wonderful individual. You are going to blossom and you are going to be beautiful in the eyes of the Creator because they're going to be like, man, you proved yourself. And I allowed you to go through some really tough times by yourself where you didn't have nobody to pray with, where nobody was showing up for you, nobody supported you, and you still stuck it out. You're a boss. Exactly. And you get that official stamp, chosen one. Because you earned that title. And with that being said, guys, my name is Trickett. This is Wake Up with Trickett. And I'm throwing up the deuces, saluting all of you. Write your name in the stars. Until next time, guys, everyone be blessed and keep it pushing.